Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Oasis League Managers All. So today we're going to be meeting the managers from the ongoing Oasis League. The league started 3 weeks ago, and we've had upcoming teams like Emperors from Nigeria, 31 Notes from Ghana, Axiom from Gabon, Resolute Knight Nemesis from South Africa, Nondescript from Uganda, Inertia from Kenya, MTX from Ghana, Spetsnaz from Nigeria, and which other teams? Yeah, Lotus Gaming too from Nigeria. So today we are going to be meeting the managers. They are going to be talking about their experience with the league, and you get to meet them live. You get to see their experience. You get to know them too. You get to know about their team. So we'll be starting with we'll be starting one of the returning teams. We'll be starting one of the returning teams. Lotus Lotus Gaming. Lotus Gaming is a whole team from Nigeria. They've been playing. They've been in the comp scene for a while. They've gone through ups and downs, and they are back again with the new roster. So, team, yeah, up next. No. First. When you got wait first. When you started the league, or when you registered for the league, yeah, and you saw the teams you're going to be when you saw the team you're going to be playing against, what was your expectations on how you're going to maybe what was your expectations like? Maybe you're going to be top of the ladder, maybe middle of the table, bottom of the table, and everything. We'd like to hear about that. All right. All right. Team says it's going to start clapping team soon. And are you aware of your position on the table? Okay. Okay, that's okay. So you're in the you're in the Nigerian side of the event, yeah. There are actually three teams that are possibly going to top the table. I don't know if you know their name: Emperors, Spetsnaz, and Axiom. So those three, and now so we don't know. Ask them. Ask them when they meet. Weak, Abby. They look so weak. Yeah, they look so weak. So now this. So now, uh, so we are going to the final week now. Yeah. So which team do you think is going to top the table out of those three? They are going to the final week. Have you seen their final fixtures? Okay. 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 That's it's nice. So from the other side, yeah. So now the other side, yeah, there is two ladders, your side and the other side, which is the South African, Kenyans, and Uganda. Now, which team, which team do you want to face on the other side? I know, like which one are you hungry? Like, do you like you have this hunger to play with the most from the other side of the league? The best. Who do you think is the best? No, 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 no. You need to put a name. You need to put a name. I'm putting you on the spot. You need to put a name. Give us a name. Give us a name. Give us a name. Who? The S. Okay. 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 All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks for your inputs. We'll be moving on to Vane from Genesis. Vane, how you doing today? Complexity. Okay, yeah, I forget. But okay, okay, okay. Complexity. Sorry for the mix up. So we'll be moving on to Vane from Complexity. Yeah. Complexity has gone through, would I say, so many rebranding and everything, but here they are now. They are actually doing well at their side of the ladder. They are currently fourth, I think. Yeah, they're currently fourth, I think, on their side of the table. And so far, so good. Vane, tell me your side. Tell me how it has been. Has it been easy? Has it been difficult? Which team did you think you would like to replay again? So far, so good. Okay. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. That's nice to hear. And what about the Kenyan teams like Obsidian, Atlas, and the Ugandan team like Nondescript? So you don't have any hunger to play them. You don't feel like meeting them. Okay, Okay. 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 All right. Okay. That's nice. Now, from your side here, I don't know if you're aware of your table. Are you aware of your table? The positions of other teams on your table. Can you give us a prediction of the four people that you believe will qualify to the next phase? Four teams, yes. Okay. 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 Now, for your sister league here, the NG side, I don't know if you have been following. I don't know if you have been following the. I don't know if you have been following them, their results or their games and the rest. So, if you have been following them, what do you have to say about it? If you have been following them, what do you have to say about it? Okay. 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 All right. So name like just three teams from the other side from your sister league that you want to face if you qualify to the next phase. You want them to qualify to the next phase because you also want to face them. Name three teams. I have to do so. Let's just assume Axiom. Yeah, Axiom. Okay. 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 All right. All right. All right. All right. So now Emperors here, they've gone through their ladder without dropping any maps so far, so good. And they are going to the final week where they are facing the second on the table, the third on the table, and the fourth on the table. Do you think they are going to drop any map? To be clear, let me name the teams they are facing this coming week. They are facing Axiom, they are facing okay, they are facing 31 not on Tuesday, they are facing Axiom on Wednesday, and they are facing Spetsnaz on Thursday. Spetsnaz is second, 31 North is fourth, Axiom is third. So do you believe they are going to drop any map? I'm not asking if they are going to lose because they've been going on with the clean sheets now. Do you believe they will drop any map? Okay. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. It's nice to it's nice to hear from you. Thanks for your valid input. We'll be moving on to the next manager, Caleb Cypher. No, Cypher, Caleb. Are you busy? Is Caleb busy? Okay, okay. Okay. Can hear your voice now. Can hear your voice now. Loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. So Cypher here is the manager for 31 Nuts. For those who don't know, 31 Nuts is the second best team in Ghana. They played the Carry First qualifiers, though they lost to Aura, but they didn't lose their dignity. They lost with pride, and they are still holding that pride for Ghana in the Oasis League. And how would I put it? They are one of the few teams. They are one of the few. They are like the only Ghanaian team in the Oasis League that can say when Nigerian teams were going through the Ghanaian teams, they were the only one that stood their ground and said, "Nah, we are holding the ground there. We are holding the ground there," because I've seen Emperors go through the Ghanaian teams. I've seen Spetsnaz go through the Ghanaian teams, but when they met 31 North, they lost. Emperors, we don't know what happened to them this coming Tuesday. So, Cypher would like to know your experience in the league so far, so good. How has it been? Which team has been a headache to you? Which team do you think you would like to replay based on maybe network issue or anything whatsoever? Would like to hear your input on that. Bravo 6. They took no prisoners. I said they took no prisoners. They gave no quarters. They took full advantage. So go on, I'm listening. Emperors, you're facing them you're facing them Tuesday. And I believe all managers. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. All right. So you'll be looking forward to Thursday. So now how you are facing after Emperors, you are facing ASG. Point difference between you and ASG is about I think 1 or 2. And this is the final week. Meaning the game with Emperors is not it's not just a you want to play them, it also determines a lot for you. Same thing too with the game with ASG. Because say you win Emperors 3-0, ASG also win their game on Tuesday 3-0. When you face ASG, it determines who qualifies. So what do you have in store for all of us? What are you cooking for everybody? And what are you cooking for ASG? Okay, 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 okay. You are bringing in your A game. I believe, as you call them, Empress can hear that. Same thing too with ESG. I believe they can also hear that you are bringing in your A game. They should expect your A game, and the fight for the top four continues. So now, from the other side, the sister league, the SA side, I don't know. Are you following them? I don't know because I noticed a bunch of themes in the NG side. I think due to the what I call it how sweaty their side is, they've been solely focused on only their side. I don't know if you are following the SA side. Okay. So okay, okay, okay. So which team are you hoping to face? Assuming your A game, actually, yeah, assuming you execute your A game, you bring the best and you succeed, you qualify to the next stage. Which team do you hope to meet over there from the SA side? You really, really want to touch them. That's nice. I think there's a bounty on. I think there's a bounty on both emperors and nondescript. Everybody wants to face. Everybody wants to face nondescript and emperors. There's a, like I think there's a bounty on them. Don't worry, you guys will face them. Understand? So one more thing again. One more thing. Yeah. Who do you think? Yeah, is going to win? Do you think Axiom or Spetnaz is going to pull a comeback to win the league, or Emperors is going to stand their ground? This is putting in mind that you also owed. This is putting in mind that on Tuesday you also owed the chances for Emperors to win in the league. Okay, okay, okay. It's that's that's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. You have actually have to do everything to do that. That's nice to hear. So we'll be moving on to the next manager. When I say manager, I'll actually be talking with two people here because it's the Axiom team, and the Axiom team actually has a rich history in the African comp scene, especially in the poker tournaments. So they have a manager that is in, and they also have a hold player, Badekon. Badekon is one of the respected or one of the most respected players that has been playing poker tournaments for a while, as far back as 2023, and he's also, I think, their captain. Yeah, and that is saying he's their manager. So we'll be talking to both of them. They'll be representing Axiom for this managers hall. So I would like to hear, if any of you decide to talk, I would like to hear your experience in the league so far so good. It has been okay. So so far so good. Which team gave you your toughest? Which team gave you the most headache? Like which team was your toughest team that you played so far? Definitely have to replay. I think I understand. That game had so many emotions going through. That game had so many emotions going through. And you've seen your fixtures for the final week, yeah? Oi, mute, mute, mute. Um so you've seen your final game. You've seen your final you've seen your fixtures for the final week here. How do you think you're going to survive? Do you hope to pull a upset, take the crown from emperors, or you are going to allow emperors stand their ground? You're taking the crown from them. Why do you think you can do that? Is it because of their fixtures or because of your fixtures? You are strong enough to do it. That's one thing. But at the end of the day, it still depends on who they drop maps to or who beats them. They are facing you. They are facing 31 knots. They are facing Spetsnaz. All of you are in the top four. Okay. They're also facing you. You're also going to collect map from them. Or you're going to beat them. and they're also going to face Spetsnaz too. Are they also going to lose to Spetsnaz? Okay, so basically this is your analysis. 31 not to beat them. You will probably beat them. Yeah, you will probably beat them. You are unsure between Spetsnaz and Emperors. They are what? So okay. So basically, you winning the league is dependent on their own fixtures. Exactly, exactly. So it's nice to it's nice to hear from that. So now, um, so far so good. Yeah, there's the NG side, there's the SA side. Have you been following the other side? So who do you want to face at the other side? Resolute. Have you faced them in screen before? Have you faced them in screen before? Uh, okay, 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 okay. You okay? Nondescript are actually a top team from Uganda, and they've actually been doing very well. They've actually been doing very well. You understand? Up until yesterday, they didn't drop a map to anybody. So I will not disclose that. The result channel is open though, but up until yesterday, they didn't drop a map to anybody. So they're also they're also strong. So now I want to hear your prediction. Top four. Your top four. People that are going to qualify, people that are going to represent your region, people that are going to represent your region, your ladder in the next phase. Axiom, yes. What about the next? Okay. Lotus Gaming. Are you aware of their position on the table? Okay. Let me just tell you, since you're not aware of the positions of the table, Emperors is leading the table with 18, I think 18 points, I think. Yeah. Should be leading here. They should be leading with 18 points. No, 15 points, sorry. They are leading with 15 points. Spetsnaz is second. Axiom is third. 31 North is fourth. ESG is fifth. And ESG is close to 31 North. Lotus Gaming is in. Yeah, Lotus Gaming. Let me tell you something. For Lotus Gaming to qualify, they need to win everybody they are facing 3-0. That is number one. Number two, Spetsnaz, Axiom, and 31 North also needs to lose. They don't need to win any map because for Lotus Gaming to be on the point of Axiom and Spetsnaz, they need to win everybody 3-0. So how are they qualifying? Exactly. uh-huh. No, you did not consider the two conditions. There are two conditions. Lotus need to win everybody they are facing 3-0. Then Axiom, Spetsnaz, and 31 North need to not win any map. They don't need to win. They must not win any map. Those are the two conditions. Those are the two conditions involved. So that's that. So now your top four reassess again. Who is qualifying? Who do you believe is qualifying? Okay, so now I want to hear from a player's perspective. Yeah, I would like Barikon to speak as a manager if you will grant him the permission. So Barikon, you are I will spill one of the little beans from the manager's chat. You are one of the most respected players that is playing this league. Everybody's always talking about Barikon. Barikon dropped 20 in S&D. Oh god, Barikon did this, Barikon did that. So yeah, you are respected by the managers. You understand? Not only you do, not only you. There are a bunch of players from 31 North people respect. There are a bunch of players from Emperors people respect. There are a bunch of players from other teams, from Resolute Knights and nondescript people respect too. So, but you are one of them. So, from a player's perspective, give the viewers and give the other managers so far so good teams you've been playing in the league. Which one was your toughest? Okay, vengeance is for the Lord. Vengeance is for the Lord. But if you want to execute it, nobody's holding you. If you want to take it upon yourself, no one is holding you. So uh it's nice to get a player. So now, from the other side, have you been following the other teams? Resolute Knight, Nondescript, Genesis, Complexity, Obsidian, Atlas, Inertia, Crypto. Have you been following that other side? Okay. That's nice to hear. Thank you for giving us your players' perspective of the league so far so good. So now I'm going to take a break. We've talked to a bunch of managers, we've talked to one of the respected players of the tournaments, who will also be talking to a very important person in the tournament, Caleb Sin. Caleb Sin so far so good. I don't know. He's been watching the league. He's been watching the league. Yeah, he's been watching the league, and um he's impressed by some teams. We don't know them yet. He feels some teams have good potential. We don't know them yet, but we'd like to hear Caleb Sin's voice. Caleb Sin, uh good evening, my boss. The managers here and the viewers they would like to hear your perspective of the league so far so good. From what you have been looking at, you've helped us stream some of the games. You are in the managers chat. You've seen what have been going on, from the banter to the emotions of who lost and who won, and everything. Basically, you've been there from the beginning till now, and you also witnessed the final week, which is going to be the most emotional week and the most important week for a bunch of teams. So we like your the okay. All right. Okay, about that, yeah. About that, if I may, SNZ, Spetsnaz, yes. Are you are you technically telling the managers that tier one there's a tier one eyes is on them and Yeah, 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 yeah. Soup and every all of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They all went away. Thank you very much for that. So I have one final question for you. Yeah, give me your top four from both sides that is making it to the next phase. Okay, SNZ, SNZ. Okay, okay, all right. Thank you very much. And the advice you gave the upcoming teams and managers on how to tidy up their players. That's really, 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 really helpful. So I'll be moving on to the next. I'll be moving on to the next manager from the NG side. Zara, Zara from Spetsnaz. Are you on? Your mic is on mute. I don't know if Zara can hear me. If Zara cannot hear me, I'll be going to the next person. Three, two, one. Yeah, I think I'll be moving on to the next person. Fizz, Fizz, can you hear me? You're active. Okay, okay. Try to. I don't know. I think you're sort of far from your mic. You understand? You're sort of far from your mic. We would like to see more from you. Yeah, we can hear you properly now. So now, yeah, you are in the league. Literally the only team from both sides without a map loss. I. How does that feel? Very unexpected. How? Yes, yes. Yeah, basically you were 3 points. Aha. So now the part of the whole unexpected thing. Which team were you thinking was going to collect map from you? Like before everything started, yeah. Like playing, you were like, even though we beat them, we'll still drop map to them. Give me a list of team. Four. Okay. 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 So, um, I your would I call it rivalry, or would I call it banter, or would I call it how would I put it? I don't know how to term it with Spetsnaz. I'm not asking for the history. Yeah, I'm not asking for the history, but what energy are you putting in for that game? Because it was like a destined. It was like I think it was like the fixtures were cosmic in a way. It was divine in a way. Like it knew that okay, this is going to happen, and then they are like your final game. They made your enemies. What I call them, I don't know if I'm right. Your enemies, yeah, they made them your final game. It is like Barca and Madrid, yeah, having to play the final league game after going through everybody. Like who, like who, like who, like who, like who? Okay, okay, okay. Do you believe they'll qualify to the next stage? So wait, they are what do you call it? Their qualification it's not like they don't have skill. They are skilless. They just have luck. Like Caleb Sin also said, he did not expect them to beat some teams, but they're just beating teams and they're just coming out on top. They just have that luck, literally. Okay, I would like you to talk. Sorry, I would like you to talk louder. Somebody from the production team said your voices are not loud enough. So if you can like speak louder. Yeah, I'm saying that you're saying their qualification and their performance in the league has been based on luck, not skill. Okay. All right. All right. That's nice. Zara, I called you before. I called you before, so you wait. Let me finish with Phase. So now, Phase, let's go to the other side. Let's go to the other side. Let's go to the other side. Teams that are qualifying from the other side. Okay. 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 That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Now we'll go back to Zara. It's nice hearing from you, Fizz. It's actually nice hearing from you because I respect the fact that um I have a league that is very tough. Yeah, it is very tough, but there's still somebody that is having a flawless victory over all teams. And the flawless victory is not coming from like they are beating everybody under 150, under 100, under 200. You get, they also sweat for it. Like they also sweat for it. They won the games 3-0, but they sweat for it. It's not like as if they dog walked teams. You get, so it's for it's like it's nice. Everybody's sweating. Emperors is sweating too, but so at least you can see that their 3-0 is proper hard work. You understand? So let's see how it's going to be this. Wait, how do you think your final week is going to be? Who is going to take a map from you? Yes, 31 Axiom and SNZ. Who is taking a map from you? Give it to us straight. Which maps are you losing? You don't know. Okay. So, all right. That was nice. So, Zara, back to you. Player manager from Spetsnaz. So, how's your experience in the league been? Surprising. Okay, okay, okay. It has been surprising. Ghanaians who have suffered. But you beat virtually all Ghanaian teams till you met 31 not. And they literally told you take these nuts. So I don't know how it went for you. I don't know how it went for you. I don't know. You were running a train on Ghanaian teams and then you went 31 not and 31 not told you nah. This is Ghana. You understand? You can't just go through all four of us. You get me? So I don't think it should be surprising. They are the second best team of Ghana. They didn't escape the hell. They protected the pride of Ghana. Okay, okay. So let's see. So you've been going. Everybody has said a lot about your team. Some people say luck. Some people say you're just doing things. Some people say you're moving like the wind. Some people say you're winning matches you're not going to win. Some people, even though you're the second of the table, some people are saying you just may not qualify. So, and your final games are OXN, Teranga, and Emperors. What do you have in store for us? Who are you beating? Who are you losing to? What if you don't take it and you end up crying? So he said, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So now, give us your prediction for top four. And I need you to do something here. There's something some managers have not been doing here. When every managers, everybody have been asking for top four, they've been ignoring the fact that 31 not an ASG. Yeah, they are close to each other. They are close to each other in points, and they are going to face each other. So I need to give us a top four that is qualifying from your side. See, I know you've played both. Yeah, you've played all the Ghanaian teams, and it is your experience from facing ASG and 31 North that is making you say 31 North would beat ASG in a game that's not going to be close at all. But I need you I need you to consider the fact that Bravo 6 beat 31 North. So you're blaming it on Shrimsy. Okay. Okay. What about the other side? What about the other side? What about the other side? Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us. Give it to us. Nondescript, resolute. Give it to us. Okay. Okay. Complexity is not above them. Genesis. Genesis is one above them, no complexity. So, okay. Okay. So now, how do you think the next phase is going to be? Frauds. This is ironic because everybody believe your team is a fraud team running on luck. So, okay. I think you are right. Well, I don't want to go into that agenda. I think you are right because no. I'm just going to say I think you are right. I'm not going into the agenda, but I think you are right because the only people Axiom and Spetsnaz has dropped a map to is 31 North and Axiom. Three of you are when three of you met, that's when you dropped maps to each other. That's when you dropped maps to each other and you also lost to each other. Aside that, it was you all have been going 3-0 against everybody. So I think some new guys are here. I think somebody from um this Zenith from Nondescript. Are you ready to talk? Are you free now? Are you free now? Zenith, are you free? Okay, not yet. So I think we'll need to listen to. I think this T guy is from Bravo 6. Hello? Because I think we still have a bunch of managers to talk to. Miney. Oh, T is from Axiom. Okay. Okay, now let's talk to Faraja. Faraja, can you hear me? Faraja. Yes. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We've been hearing from the Nigerian side for a while now. We want to go back to the other side. We would like to hear from Faraja. Can you hear? Okay, it's Faraja. I think Faraja left. Okay. Since Faraja isn't ready, let's go to Jules. Jules, yeah, Jules represents ESG. Yeah, I think Jules represents ESG. I'm not sure. Jules changes. Yeah, changes. Where are you? Yeah. So your experience in the league so far so good. We need to hear about it. Your experience in the league. We need to hear about it. Yeah. Okay. That's nice. So, how I know you guys have been playing competition within Ghana. So, playing competition outside of Ghana, what's the feeling? How is it like compared to playing within Ghana, facing other teams from other country? How has it been? That's nice to hear. You have a you have a do or die affair with 31 North this coming week. I believe you're aware of that. It's a do or die. You win or you lose. It's a do or die. You win or you lose. Yeah, we saw. Yeah, ESG. Okay, okay. That's okay. Okay. So basically, you have this confidence in yourself that you will take that qualification spot away from 31 North. They are playing Emperors, and I've forgotten the second. I think they are playing Emperor. I think they also play Axiom, probably Axiom and Emperor. But they are playing. Yeah, they are playing you and Emperors. So the probability of them dropping map is high. Okay. Okay. You know there are two so far so good here. There are two high priority games for next week. Two high priority games for next week. And I'll do my best to let it be available to everybody on stream. And if it's not going to be on stream, I personally will be in the lobby and make it available on the Discord server. You know which games those are? Yes. No, 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 no. I see 31 not an ASG. It has so much high stakes. Emperors and Spetsnaz also have so much high stakes. The world needs to see it. Yeah. Okay. So that's that's that. It's nice to hear your view. I would actually like to ask you about the other side, Resolute and the rest, but I think you're going to. But let me just hear what you have to say. What do you have to say about the other side? Who do you want to meet from the other side? No, N9 is not there. N9 is not there. N9 is not there. Yeah, they are nondescript. Yeah. Okay, they are not N9. They are not N9. They are not N9. Okay. What about complexity and genesis? Okay. 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 That's that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So we'll be moving on to the next. See, so Juice is for Bravo 6, yeah? It's Juice for Bravo 6. Finally, let's hear from Bravo 6, the Ghanaian team that caused an upset against the second best Ghanaian team. The We really need to hear from you. I think I need to start with that game. How was that game for you guys? But the you were not favorite for that game and you won. Was there a special strategy you deployed? Because I was personally in that lobby. I was watching you go through these boys and I was in disbelief throughout. Okay. So how has your experience been in the league so far so good? Okay. Okay. So so far so good. Which teams have you been grateful to play against in this event? I did well and everything. Okay. That's nice here. Which teams do you believe is going to qualify? Okay, okay, okay. You didn't know. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. But let me ask you one that is actually from home. ASG and 31 North. I need you to give a verdict based on what you know about both of them. They are from your side. You are part of the four teams representing Ghana in this league so far, so good. So, between them, who do you think is moving forward? All right, all right, all right. It's nice to hear from you. It's nice to hear from you. So, we'll be moving on to mining. Mining, can you hear me? We really want to hear from you. MTX has been, how would I put it? Uh, the performance has not been great, yeah, but I believe you guys have been putting in the efforts. You guys have been putting in the effort, and I think the best way to define your situation is you are just outmatched. You are just outperformed by other teams. Okay. Okay. You also qualify. Okay, that's actually nice. Okay. 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 So all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So basically you've been having a bunch of technical issues going on. So I guess we'll just say you hopefully you fix those technical issues before you move on to the next before the next event comes in. You understand? So like I said, you guys have been pulling weight. You've been pulling weight. I will not say you've been doing badly. I'll just say um most of the teams you met here are more prepared. They've been more established. I think your case is similar to the case of Lotus Gaming. You understand? Let me tell you something. These teams that are leading the league, all of them are frauds. From Emperors to Spetsnaz to Axiom, all of see. Let me just tell you, they are frauds. Emperors has been existing for a long time. They have the experience. You heard what the manager said. We'll lose in screen, but when it comes to competition, we'll win. They have the experience. Same thing too with Spetsnaz. Everybody's saying they are doing luck, they are doing luck, they are doing luck. That is experience. They know what when it's time to be competitive, they know what to do. That is why they come out on top. Same thing too with Axiom. Axiom has a very rich competitive history. They are very, very good players. One of them is here, Badekon. It's not normal for somebody to drop 20 kills in S&D. Exactly. So eh, they let me just put it, they were those these teams that are topping the league, they were just way more prepared than your team. So I'll not say your team are they are underperforming, obviously, but based on your level, you're actually doing well. You just need to prepare more, and you prepare better, you gain more experience, which is what you're already doing. You understand? You don't need to look down and everything because 31 North ASG Bravo 6, the same technical issues you say you're having, they also had it. And I believe you also listened to when Zara said when he faced all Ghanaian teams, they were all on 100 ms. Like they didn't go below 100. You understand? He said such that they were all on 100 ms and they played like that, that it wasn't an interesting game. You get me? So, like I said, experience. Experience matters, and I'm also going to say something here. They are more experienced than you guys. And I'm also going to say something else again. The skill gap. They are skilled. Literally, the teams that are topping the table from each side have their players are not just experienced, but their players are very, very skilled. Very, very skilled. You understand me? From the likes of Inopro in Emperors to Zenith in Nondescript to Ducky in Resolute Knight to Badecon in Axiom to the likes of Blank in Spetsnaz and who else? They are skilled. Even this guy from Lotus Gaming, Hack, LT Hack, he's very good, but I think he lacks experience. So that's just it. You understand? You're underperforming, but relative to your level, you're not necessarily underperforming. So let me see who's the next. Who's the next person we're going to move to? Wait, Kwesi, what are you representing? Who's Kwesi representing? Okay, I think we've technically okay. Changes got you covered. Oh, that's nice. So we've oh, see, basically, yeah. I I need to I need to check the result and see too. Okay, yeah. So about wait, which game was that? I don't think there's a Spetna Spider playing the league. Which game was that? All right, Kwesi, I would. You said something that I would really, really love to address. Yeah, you said something I really, really love to address. Uh, two. Yeah. So now one. Um, this is based on my practical knowledge working on radios and servers. One. If you are meant to have a server and you're having 100 ms, 100 ms based on network issue is even from 100 ms based on distance. Do you understand? Let me give it to you like this. Back then when we're all sharing the same server with EU, when South Africans were having 100 ms on EU server, yeah, it is totally different from when an European would have 100 ms. You understand? So now, coming back to the Nigeria Ghana part, yeah. Once the Nigerians have, because it's not just only Spetsnaz, once the Nigerians have 100 ms playing against Ghana, Ghana's also have 100 ms. I would tell you the truth. The Nigerians would have it worse because they have, what do they call it? If you check the ratio, they have the server. You understand? Meaning they are meant to be playing on a regular of, what they call it. They have the server. They're meant to be playing on a regular of maybe 30 to 40 ms, but it's spiked to above 100. Why the Ghanaians, the Ghanaians, the Senegalese, they play on a regular ms in Nigerian server, or maybe for maybe 50 ms. Yeah, I think 50 to 80 ms. Then they now go to 100 ms. I will tell you the truth, you're having it better. It's like it's the same thing like when um South Africans had server. You understand? And when we Nigerians were playing on the South African server, when we're playing 50 to 60 ms on the Nigerian server, then the South Africa tells you he's having bad network and it shows you his ping of 60 ms. Your 60 ms because of distance, like when we're having 60 ms on South African server because of distance, it's totally different from when a South African has 60 ms because of bad network. They'll have high packet loss. Their shots will not be registering. It's the same thing too that is happening within the Nigerian and Ghanaian teams when they play. So you may not believe, yeah, but you can take what I'm saying to virtually anybody that have worked on radios or understand server client, the practical nuances about servers and clients things. You understand? You can take this argument anyway and they will confirm it for you. The Nigerians are having it worse if they're on 100 ms against you, if both of you are playing on 100 ms. You understand? So I just needed to address that. You understand? So number two, the second thing I needed to address, you asked if it was a tier two event. I said technically yes. Now it's technically a tier two event. You understand? Because most of these teams, or virtually the teams that are topping the table from each side, are tier two teams. Mid, on a good day, all of them are mid tier two teams. From Emperors, like on a good day, they are mid tier two teams. You understand? And on a very good day, if they decide to sweat it out, yeah, if they decide to sweat it out, they are basically high tier two, in the sense that I I'll tell you from, I'm not going to call the name of teams, but I will tell you from the few teams I'm following. Yeah. I can tell you about five teams in this league. I've played high tier two teams and low tier one teams. Yeah. Some have taken a map, some have played above 200. Not even above 200, they've played above 230. You understand? And I will tell you that some particular managers have seen the teams playing this league and said they are not meant to play this league. They should come and play something higher. You understand? That's why I say technically it's a tier two. You understand? But if you look at some other teams playing with you guys here, that's why I say most of the teams, like the top teams here, you understand, they are basically tier two mid. You understand? On a decent day, average performance tier two mid. But if they decide to put in the work, sweat it out, the stars align, good network, all players are on a good day, they'll put in that high tier to performance. You get me? So that's just it. So now the other thing I believe I should address is you are right about that. Some people should not talk like gods. Some people should not do this thing. But at the end of the day, you sort of got the idea. You understand? You got the idea that everybody needs to put in a character, maybe be the clown of the scene, be the villain of the scene, be the hero of the scene. You get it? But once you start to look at your scene or your community as your own, you understand? You'd I don't know. Are you in the group chats? Managers group chat. Question, can you hear me? Thank you. I don't know if you're in the managers group chat, but if you see the managers group chats, you will notice everything that they are doing here is just tease. Even the so-called rivalry between Spetsnaz and Emperors, it's just tease. You get? They are teasing. They'll talk like as if they are above everybody and the rest. They'll say this. It's just tease, for real. It's just tease. And this tease comes from familiarity. And if you notice who and who talked to each other or talked about each other, there was a level of familiarity between them. There was a level of familiarity between them, and they also noted history. You understand? They also noted history that we've played for a while. We understand this how they are. Yeah, so don't necessarily take it personally. This is a bubble. This is a bubble. And like Caleb Singh said, I don't know if you're here when Caleb Singh said it, that within that a bunch of ITM managers are putting a high on some of the teams here, and they've actually seen good quality players and good quality teams that they would like to associate with. That's just showing that this is a bubble with a potential. You understand? So one, it's just this is a bubble in Africa, and Africa is also a bubble in the world itself. You get? So I would let's just say encourage you to um join the respectful banter on join the respectful banter and the tease that everybody is engaging in. You understand? Because so far so good. As much as everybody talk, there's one thing I can beat my chest and tell you: nobody has actually directly insulted each other, or as much as everything go on, they don't necessarily look down on each other, because in the group, when one says something, when one of the managers actually express a serious dislike in a behavior, they sort it out. You understand? They sort it out. So just that's just how it is. You get me? It's just like that, and it's just like that. Everybody's enjoying it. You get me? Because let's be very honest, if they are not going about it like this, it's going to be quite boring. You get me? So I don't know. I believe I addressed the issues. I wish the manager or the clan master for Resolute Knights was here. He was here before he left on an emergency, and I would have loved to hear his say. Also, there was somebody representing nondescript. I wish he was also here to talk. But I don't know if anybody would like to talk or say anything about that. But technically, I think this is the end of the this is the end of the managers hall. We would have another one after the final week and before the phase two commence. So everybody will come in, everybody will talk, because the final week is the final week. There's a lot happening, and everybody would have a lot to say at the end of the league. So thank you all for coming. It was a lovely session, by the way. Thank you all for coming once again. I guess this is the end of everything. Good night, everyone.